Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversation Pieces. It's a new weekly vlog I'm going to be doing here on YouTube as well as on my website, cyruswebpresents.com, to be able to share what I believe are some pieces that will help you as you are going throughout your year. One of the things I've learned as the host of Conversations Live over the past 10 years is that when I've spoken to the almost 4,000 people who've come on the show, that one of the things that they all have in common is that in their journey to success in whatever they're doing, that there have been some obstacles, there have been some challenges, some difficulties, some circumstances they've had to overcome. So the title of this first vlog that I'm doing is called Life After the Fall. And it reminds me of one of my favorite scriptures that talks about, do you know that we all, run in a race, but only one can obtain the prize, and we are encouraged to run so that we can attain it. No matter what your love is, what your passion is, you are running in this race called life to be able to achieve that passion, that dream, whatever it is that you want for yourself. But what happens when there's a stumble? What happens when things don't go according to plan? What happens when you fall down? You have a disappointment, something happens that discourages you, that stops you. I personally know what that's like, to go through a situation where you wonder, what do you do at that particular time? And that really is, for me, a moment of truth. And I found that to be so in my life, that when I'm faced with a challenge or difficulty, when you are down, that is when the real decision begins. Are you going to stay there, or are you going to get up, dust yourself off, and keep going? Maybe you won't be first, but you'll still be able to give your best. And that is what I want to encourage all of you to do. No matter what setback you might experience, no matter what you go through, I want you to look at your life and look at where you are and say, you know what? Maybe a situation didn't happen the way I wanted, or maybe things did not go according to plan, but that does not mean that it cannot work. Maybe you needed that time to be able to regroup, to refocus your team, refocus yourself, and to really realize what is important for you, what it is that you want, and why you're doing it. It goes again to a question I've been asking myself recently, thanks to a guest that came on our show, discovering your why. All of us go through a challenge. I'm reminded of Martha Stewart in her book, The Martha Rules. She talked about during her catering days that she was actually doing a party for the Newmans, Paul Newman, and there was an incident that happened in the kitchen, and her pies were burnt on the end. The crust was burned on the end. And she had to stop, assess the situation, and determine what she was going to do. She could have freaked out, or she could try to make the best of what she had. And that's what she did. She simply cut away the part that was bad and redecorated the rest and was able to serve it. No one knew what had happened. So in your situation, if you have experienced a setback, you've experienced a fall, we all go through them. It really now is about, what is your next step? Are you going to let yourself be defined by it, or are you going to let yourself learn from it? And I hope you'll do the latter, because if you can learn from your mistakes, if you can learn from the challenges, you're going to be a better person. Believe me, I've seen it in my life. Everything has not been perfect for me, but I definitely have become better because of the difficulties, because I've learned from them and vowed to never make those same mistakes again. I hope you'll be able to think about life after your own fall, and I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. Let me know how this video has inspired you to reassess your life, and also to maybe take the steps necessary to move forward. You can always reach me at www.cyruswebpresents. And our next topic, I'm going to go back to something I mentioned in this video, and that is discovering your why. Brandon Nicholson, when he was on our program, he's a fitness trainer and an individual that's doing amazing things with people. He talked about that on my radio show, and I promise you that really stuck with me. What is your why? What is it that makes you do what you do? And if you don't know, maybe it's time that we ask that question. So we're going to talk about that next time. Thank you all for watching our video. I hope that you will be able to see how this conversation piece can benefit you, and I hope you'll join us next time. As I always like to say, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Make sure you take out time to enjoy some good music and, of course, a great book. Thank you all for watching this edition of Conversation Pieces. You all make it a great one.